I couldn't tell you one legislative position that Jasmine Crockett holds or what she's doing for the people of Texas, but I could tell you probably 5 or 10 of the most disgusting things that she has said, either on cable news or in her tweets or at a commencement address.
Tomi Lahren SLAMS woke Jasmine Crockett for her disgusting rhetoric, pushing violence as Jasmine Crockett has been making a complete ass out of herself, and Tomi Lahren goes in on Jasmine Crockett, claiming she's doing this for her own selfish goals and not remotely representing the actual American people. Let's get in.
Critics are once again calling out Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett over her questionable comments. Here's what she told college graduates during a commencement speech. A commencement speech. Children's futures, right? This was over the weekend.
There are people that are going to tell you that there is not a table in which there is a seat for you. But I am here to remind you of Montgomery and those folding chairs. Let me tell you that we know how to use a chair, whether we pulling it up or we doing something else with it.
Now I'm watching the faces of the wise gentlemen behind her, and they are not flinching. I don't know if that landed the way she wanted it to, even in a crowd she thought she controlled. This isn't the first time Jasmine Crockett has been called out for her word choices. Last month, she used interesting, nasty language when describing President Trump in a post about former Vice President Kamala Harris's election loss. Here she is.
Y'all know we got Governor Hot Wheels down there. Come on now. And the only thing hot about him is that he is a hot mess.
It's Ted Cruz. I mean, like, this dude has to be knocked over the head, like, hard, right? All I want to see happen on my birthday is for Elon to be taken down.
You could speak directly to Elon Musk. What would you say?
Disgusting. That Hot Wheels comment was about Governor Abbott of Texas, who uses a wheelchair. She's gross. Jasmine Crockett is not the only Democrat to use dangerous rhetoric during President Trump's second term.
This is what kicking the out of fascism looks like.
Total bull. Absolute bull.
I don't swear in public very well, but we have to Trump.
Never before in my life have I called for mass protests, for mobilization, for disruption, but I am now. These Republicans cannot know a moment of peace.
In focus now, Tomi Lahren, Fox News contributor and Outkick host. Tomi, can you imagine if a Republican went out on the street corner and said some of the things that these Democrats are saying?
Well, right, Harris, this is what they're doing because for them, it's working. It's not working to advance the interests of the American people or the Democrat Party, but it's working to advance their interest in being famous. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, and Jasmine Crockett really is the queen of that. Why would she stop, Harris? Why would she stop speaking like this, talking like this, saying those things? It's getting her on cable news. It's getting her on the late night shows. For her, this isn't about legislative priorities. I couldn't tell you one legislative position that Jasmine Crockett holds or what she's doing for the people of Texas, but I could tell you probably 5 or 10 of the most disgusting things that she has said, either on cable news or in her tweets or at a commencement address. This is working for her. They want fame more than they want to advance the interests of the American people, and that's why the Democrat Party is so lost right now.
Well, look, the Republican who's running against her in her district in Texas next time around, Sheldon Daniels, has said you ought to take a look at her financials. He's not even worried about the sideshow that she's running. He's like, these are some baseline problems that voters need to know about. It's something I'm covering, I'm looking into.
Yeah, folks, with these corrupt lefties, it's always rules for thee and not for me. They can get away with saying the vile, hateful, violent rhetoric that they have been for years now. It's not even new. It's like the same old story, but they keep doing it. But if a Republican were to come out and say it and keep pushing that, they would be screaming, yelling at them. Oh, look at them. Look at how vile and evil and terrible they are. These people literally are the thing they claim to hate. And Tomi Lahren made a really good point. I can't think of one position that Jasmine Crockett actually holds on policy. I mean, even AOC, I've seen her mention other things before, drug prices, border. I mean, like literally anything, but anything that I have ever, because I don't actually focus on Jasmine Crockett, but anything that I keep seeing that pops up about her is always the same thing. It's the same nasty rhetoric. And I've watched other sources. It's not, not just Fox or, other YouTube. Anything I see, it's always the same thing. She's pushing, some sort of ghetto crap, whatever it is, whatever accent she wants to use. She's pushing some sort of violent rhetoric. She's trying to justify it. She's trying to rile people up, the same as all these other lefties. And that's all I know about her. And that's all they've got. Like they refuse to deal with anyone in the center. They refuse to concede any point or any wrongdoing that they have in the past. So they have nowhere to go. Like the only way to appeal to greater people is a reconciliation of all of their wrongdoings they've done in the past in order to gain trust of voters to bring them back in the fold. But they won't do that because the left doesn't admit they're wrong literally ever. So the only other direction they have to go is more towards this, just trying to rile their base. Like they have absolutely nowhere to go and they are literally lost. And I don't see the Democrat Party recovering from this if this is their strategy at all. But at the same time, I'm not complaining about that. Hit that like button if you think Jasmine Crockett is absolutely disgusting. Let's get back in.
Nike is facing a lot of backlash following some recent scandals. One of the company's billboards in London has been removed over Holocaust comparisons. And it's also been more than 2 weeks since Outkick reported that Nike is allegedly funding a child transgender athlete study. Nike is still virtually silent on all of it. Women's activist wear brand XXXY Athletics shared this.
What are you doing, Nike? Why are you funding research about how to impair young boys?
We're challenging them to do the right thing and to challenge consumers to vote with their dollars. This is a brand that does not align with your values. Stop buying it.
Congressman Burgess Owens posted, "The American people deserve answers. If this is true, it's not just wrong, it's pure evil. Time to speak up, Nike." Here's Outkick's Clay Travis.
A lot of American consumers should be flooding Nike and asking the question, what in the world are you thinking? The best man or the best woman should win. Not in any way should Nike be involved in trying to basically sterilize young kids to see what the impact is for athletics. This is, to me, reprehensible. It's indefensible.
The most recent issues are just the latest in a string of Nike controversies dating back to 2019, and they include the alleged use of forced labor, abuse, and unfair treatment of their pregnant athletes. Nike is a mess, Tomi.
Nike's a mess, and if all of this is true about funding these trans studies, this is worse than Kaepernick. This is worse than the Bud Light debacle. This is the worst thing we've seen for a company, I think, certainly in my lifetime, because Clay is exactly right. I hope people understand here what these allegations are and this funding. It means that they are essentially testing young boys and seeing if they transition them, they use puberty blockers and other hormone therapies, if they can essentially debilitate young male athletes to the point where they won't have an advantage over female athletes. This is going to have lasting implications in these young people's lives, and all for what? To try to normalize the trans athlete conversation and try to excuse or legitimize boys competing against girls. That's really what these studies are going towards. Nike needs to be honest. If they really do believe in this research, they need to be really honest and forthright about why they believe it. Tell your consumer, tell your customer, because nothing about this is okay.
Yeah, Tomi Lahren is exactly right. This is indefensible. This is not okay. This is evil. Like this is beyond sick. I am never, ever buying Nike ever again. This is evil. The shoe company is doing this. A retail company is doing this to children. It is mind-boggling to think that this is actually going on. But don't forget, folks, wokeism isn't gone. It is still in a lot of companies. It's obviously still in businesses. It's still in the culture. And this is still happening. This is beyond reprehensible. This is criminal, if you ask me. I can't believe that Nike is actually doing this. And these kids need to be saved from this company. Where are they even getting these kids? How are they doing this legally is beyond me. But no, this needs to end. Take your money, like Tomi Lahren said, spend it anywhere else. Do not give Nike, boycott them into oblivion. Go woke, go broke. But folks, the culture war is still going on. Trump may be in, but these people are still harming children, and we still need to keep fighting back at it. Folks, crazy world we live in. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments what you thought about what Tomi Lahren had to say, absolutely slamming Jasmine Crockett's just vile rhetoric behavior. And let me know what you think about this Nike scandal as well. Thanks again. Like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.